Sheree from Divine Visions. Welcome to my channel. To all new and existing subscribers, I'm glad you could be with me today. Pull up a chair, grab a cuppa, your favorite drink, whatever you'd like to do, and chillax with me while I read for you. We're going to be looking at the Twin Flame Collective, okay, for this June, where every month I do a Twin Flame check-in and see what's going on with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, and also usually do some channelings as well, what I channel anyway through the readings. But I used to post up specific videos regarding the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, so I may be able to do that again depending on my energy and how I go. Thank you to all of you for your divine donations. It's just so beautiful, so kind of you. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to just light this incense here. Oh, goodness me. Let's have a look here. I'm going to start with the Whispers of Love Oracle just for a special message in a moment to start the reading off. Just tuning in with the energies here, guys. Once again, I'm explaining, I've been tuning into everybody's messages. You know, being an empath, you do tend to take on, not so much take on, but you can tune into people's energy just through their comments as well. And just amazes me, you know, how much of the twin flames, especially the Divine Feminines, I'm noticing are really undergoing a lot of pain, and are over and done with, over it, or over the connection, feel like they need to move on. They often stop by and will express their anger and their frustration, and to me that just shows that, those people are really not over the connection. There's still a lot of unresolved pain to go through, to heal. And I think what that is because a lot of Divine Feminines, and maybe Divine Masculines as well, don't necessarily have the answers. That's why it's kind of, there's a lot of unrest in your soul, okay? In the Divine Feminine souls, there's a lot of unrest and a feeling of absolute devastation, that there's unresolved pain in there. There's just unresolved pain. And there's so many lessons in healing right now and in self-love and self-worth. And the Divine Masculines are learning how to also feel worthy within themselves as well, and to accept and embrace who they are and their feelings. Because they've been taught for so long that, it's bad to feel, bad to express. Okay. Let's have a look. I want to start off with the Whispers of Love cards here. I want to start off with the nice message for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Feminine. What was I saying? Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, please. We want a message for the Twin Flame Collective. Now, I have to say that I tune into different groups within the collective. I never know which group I'm going to be tuning into until I do the reading, because I like to, I go in with an open mind, and I don't like to put my own expectations or beliefs into anything. And many twin flames are on different levels. So when I say the collective, I'm not talking as a whole. It's many groups within the collective that I tune into. So if this doesn't resonate with you at this time, then it's not your group that I'm tuning into, okay, guys? So come back another time, or take the messages that do resonate with you. And hopefully you'll get some healing or some answers or clarity or some sort of something out of this reading today. And I really appreciate all your comments as well that you leave. I read each and every one. And it's really good to connect, guys. Let's have a look. What messages for the Twin Flame Collective that I'm tuning into, please, this group? We've got two. Spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. And we have like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. there is a real, like we already know, you would know already that you've had many lifetimes with your twin flame. And there's many lessons, you know, in each lifetime, there's many lessons to learn. And it might be at this time that you really are starting to bring in your twin flame. It's that magnetic attraction. It's that vibrating at the same frequency as each other. But it also says if you are longing for more love, you need to be more loving. So whilst, you know, somebody, it could be the divine masculine or the divine feminine, whichever is in their shadow side right now and in a lot of pain and presenting themselves as closed off and resentful or whatever, that's what you're going to attract more of in your life right now. If you're closed off or have a, you know, basically a fuck off attitude, that's just, I'm going to be blunt here. If you've got that, then you're going to be having that come back to you in return. You know, your counterpart, your divine counterpart, won't want to be near you when you've got that kind of energy going on. So once again, it just shows that there's a lot of healing to do. But some of you are not in that energy. Some of you are in a really peaceful, beautiful energy where you're giving yourself love. And you've learnt over many years, over many lifetimes, over many hardships and lessons and through your experiences, what it means to love, okay, to open up and love and give to another person. And when we do that with our twin flame, it is a sacred giving and it's a sacred receiving as well. So it's not just given lightly. And so at this time, many of you are hesitant in opening up and giving yourself to your twin flame or even to someone else because you've been burned and it's a vulnerability that is there right now. So at this time, you know, some of you are really nurturing yourselves. You're focusing on your own self, your own life, trying to make yourself, you know, better and feel good about yourself. But this connection is always there. It's always strong and it's intense most times. Sometimes it's not as intense. And your twin flame will be off doing their own thing just like you are. And some are awakened and some are not. But you're being advised, you know, to blossom right now. Blossom in your path. Allow yourself to go after the things that make you want to grow and shine. And, you know, sometimes when we heal ourselves, our divine counterpart also picks up on that energy. And in some way, it inspires them to go out and do the same, to pick themselves up also. Whilst, you know, if you're in a negative mindset and you're wallowing in a darkness and dark negative thoughts, and it's going around and around in your mind and you're caught up in that kind of energy, then your energy is really strong, you know. If you're thinking that and projecting that out, or that intention is put out there towards your twin flame, they're going to pick up on that energy. And it's really not a nice energy for anyone to have to receive in any way, no matter what they've done. And I understand that it's not to say that you can't be, you know, looking at your pain and sitting in your pain or even being angry at the person. But there's a particular energy that some people fall into where it's real bitterness, and that's where it becomes really hateful, and that's not where you want to be. That's not your true soul. Okay, that's not who you really are. It's not who you are. That's your unresolved pain and you becoming hardened over this time. That's what's talking. That's where it's coming from. So there's many lessons through the twin flame journey, and they both carry karmic shit basically from past lives as well. Many life experiences is bundled up, you know, in your auric energy. And what that's doing is coming into your twin flame connection and the unresolved childhood wounds or unresolved stuff from your past lives, you know, the karmic stuff from past lives even, not just this lifetime, is affecting this connection. So it's not just your divine masculine or your divine feminine who's got issues, okay? It's both of you that have accumulated this over the time, and each one expresses and heals differently at different times and on different levels. That's what's going on here. And so tolerance is a word that comes through very strongly, is that Sometimes you've got to really tune in and go further than what you see on the outside. And you know, like, you know, you guys, that if you tap into your divine feminine or your divine masculine, you know their soul, you know who they truly are beyond all the absolute, you know, crap, the human condition. You know, we are human beings, no, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Everything that we do and say is a response to a karmic pattern. And we're learning on our journey, and some people take a lot longer than others, you know. And I think what's frustrating is that some of you are at the other end. You've come through to the other side, and you're now waiting for the other person to catch up, and it might take a long time, you know, and then you're getting angry because they're not there yet. So it's about tolerance, it's about patience, it's about, no, I'm not saying you have to put up with crap. You do not have to put up with crap from anybody. I don't care if it's a twin flame or a soulmate. You don't have to put up with crap from anyone, okay? You can put your boundaries up. And as long as you're off trying to heal yourself and work through your stuff, then you'll be fine, you know? That's the thing here. So I'm just going to leave those there for a moment. Hope they don't catch fire. Oh, my God. Okay, let's have a look. Just got to make sure they're okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do first up is look at the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Just got to blow that incense out of the way. Okay. Oh my God, here we go. All right, so this is going to be for the divine masculine that I'm using these, the divine tarot that I created. And then the divine feminine is going to have the crystal vision tarot. Okay, guys? So I've got my questions handy. Let's have a look. Just going to shuffle on these first of all. This is for the divine masculine, these cards. All right, I'm just going to place those there. Got the divine feminine for the crystal vision tarot. That's come out, but that's 8 of Pentacles, so she's focusing on something. I'm trying to get that light out. I've had to put the flash on my camera here because it is a little bit dark for some reason, even though I've got lights on in here and candles. But anyway, we'll see how we go. If it becomes too much of an issue with glare, I'll have to turn it off. All right, let's see. Divine feminine, what's going on? Oh, gosh. Oh. Just place those there for the moment. Now, I want to find the current energy around this connection right now. This is my divine oracle that I created. What is the current energy around this connection? What is the current energy around this connection? We've got the, as I said, I'm trying to get this glare out. How do I do this? Okay. As I said, okay, sacral chakra, write down your deepest feelings. This is the current energy right now that you're both in. You're both in your sacral chakra, which is your personal feelings. It's creativity. There's a need to express these emotions right now. So you're both in this kind of watery element right now of feeling. So we're going to see what that's about. Yes, what is that about? I want to see. You're You're both in tune with each other. You're both picking up on each other's, could be sexuality there as well. It could be sexual dreams. Could be sexual dreams. Could be just feeling that chemistry between the two of you. You know, feeling that. Despondence. And insecurity, which is somewhere, okay, this is what we're feeling here. There's perhaps a block in the sacral chakra between the two of you right now. Maybe you're both feeling insecure about what the other person might be doing. There's a despondence here as well, so it's kind of like feeling... What am I getting with that? It's guarded here and it's feeling a little bit sluggish. So it is definitely a block there. I want to see which one's really closing off to this, because this is what you're both going through. It could be that you're just closed off sexually at the moment. You might not necessarily want to give yourself or express yourself in this way. You don't want to express your feelings. You're holding your feelings and your heart close to your chest. This is what I feel, is that you might not necessarily want to really go there. Even though you might be feeling this with your twin flame, because we are connected psychically, sexually, intuitively, telepathically, all that. It could be that you just feel shut down. There could be you could feel shut down right now, that you just don't want to go there. Don't want to visit that right now. You might also feel, and this is going to resonate with some of you, that if your twin flame is in a karmic connection or with somebody else, could be soulmate connection, you're going to pick up on that as well, because we often do pick up on when our twin flame is sexually or intimately with someone else, and it can be really, really painful to pick up on that, you know, that you're picking up on their lust or whatever it is for someone else, that connection. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the divine masculine right now. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's have a look at let's have a look at his current energy, the divine masculine's current energy. Okay, he's in a Queen of Air. This is the Queen of Truth. So he might be very much in his mind space right now. I just want to get another card with this. Cancer, nurturing home and family, resilient. He's putting up a little bit of a tough stance here. He's being strong. He's not, maybe around his home life, he might be a little bit guarded right now. This is the Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. I usually see the Queen of Air as the Libra energy. So she's the sword of truth. She's coming in with fairness and justice. So his current energy could be also that he's thinking of the divine feminine right now as being this Queen of Air. But mostly it's his energy currently. I just want to get another card on this. He's recovering. He's in recovery mode. So this makes sense to me that Cancer is around the home and family. It's very nurturing. It's very much about him being at home recovering. Maybe you've cut him out. I'll get the sword here as feeling like just staying away from people, being non-emotional, trying to be non-emotional, as we saw before with the sacral chakra, trying to be non-emotional, maybe hiding away, going within his shell, his own shell here, but he's probably not really wanting to talk to anyone right now. He's in recovery mode, just wants to chill out and hide away from people. That's what I feel here. I want to see what needs to be healed in this. What needs to be healed within the divine masculine, please. Procrastination. He's procrastinating. He's stuck, see? We get the sacral chakra stuck here. He's recovering. He's trying to hide away and he's got a bit of an aloof stance to him right now. So he's not necessarily wanting to be emotional or nurturing or clingy or anything like that. He's procrastinating. Maybe he's procrastinating through his recovery right now. This is what needs to heal within him, is that his healing process might be taking a bit slower because he might be quite guarded, doesn't really want to deal with it. Maybe he doesn't really want to see the truth, even though he's confronted by it right now. So let's have a look at the Divine Feminine. What current energy is she in right now? The Divine Feminine, what current energy is she in right now? Beautiful. Empress energy. Beautiful goddess. Okay, let's see what this is about, because there's other cards to come up with this. Oh, wow. So tap into your creative spirit. This is the sacral chakra. This is the Taurus Libra energy too, by the way. So the Divine Feminines are feeling really good in themselves right now, tapping into their creativity. But I do still want to see what she needs to heal, because we do have this feeling up here of insecurity. Maybe it's more around the sexual stuff, sexuality, rather than her feelings or expression, you know, creative expression. Hang on. I had to ask. What does the Divine Feminine want to heal or need to heal? She did get 2. Okay. Victim consciousness. Once again, we did speak about this, didn't we, in the very beginning, how the Divine Feminines are in a lot of pain. They're going around and around with that narrative of being hurt, being pained, being rejected, etc. And we've also got the Phoenix rising. Now, this is damn awesome. This might be why she's in this kind of energy. She's picked herself up and now she's in this Empress energy, moving into that Queen, you know, kind of energy where she knows who she is and she's allowing herself to grow and express musical talents or creative endeavors, whatever it is. There's something that she's moving towards and she's feeling pretty good. She's been in this dark place, but it's also that the Divine Feminines can revert back into this victim consciousness. So she is being advised to just, you know, go through the process. You know, sometimes you've got to crash and burn to be able to get back up and rise again like the Phoenix, okay? So it does look to me like she's been there, she's done that. She's on her way up, rising, okay? Through the pain and the healing, it's that transformation. Now, 3 and the 2 is number 5. So it's all about change and transformation occurring right now. She's got the power to manifest her new, it's like her new image. It's reinventing yourself. This is what this is about, reinventing yourself right now. The 1 and the 2 is a 3, so it's definitely about moving forward. You know, it's about pushing forward but needing support possibly around you as well. Now, I just want to move these cards out because they're a lot bigger. So here we go. I'll move them out of the way, but that's interesting, I reckon. So yeah, so there's some heavy energies going on here, but it looks like you're both recovering. The Divine Masculines may be procrastinating a little bit with his recovery right now. He does seem to know what he needs to do, but it might be a little bit of reluctance going on there, okay? Okay, so let's have a look then at what shadows. Yeah, we want to see what shadows does the Divine Masculine, what's going on with that as well. I wanted to see this actually in line with procrastinating. What's making him procrastinate right now? What's underlying this? This is my Divine Shadow Self Oracle. So what is causing the Divine Masculine to procrastinate right now? He's conflicted. So he's in a place where he's trying to recover, but he's also trying to push it away. So because he's starting to feel things. He doesn't want to feel things right now. Yeah, he's withdrawn. So that's what's procrastinating. Him procrastinating is possibly even being too withdrawn, being in the home space too much. Like maybe he needs to get out a little bit and start healing, you know, in that way. Yeah, okay. Stubbornness is there. So what about the Divine Feminine? What is underlying that victim consciousness, please? Impulsivity, so impulsive. So some Divine Feminines are very quick to just jump to conclusions, or suddenly this reactive response will come up that's the negative, which suddenly brings them right back into the victim consciousness. So they've just got to keep being that phoenix rising, keep growing in themselves ticking time bombs. See, this is what's happened with the Divine Feminines. They've just been, it's like a build-up of energy. It's like this, all of this past stuff with the Divine Masculine has caused them to just constantly go over it and over it and over it. They've been holding it inside. But yeah, this is what's happening here. But she is rising. She is rising into this and channeling this energy into something really positive here that can grow and be abundant in her life. And so that's the best thing you can do for Divine Feminines watching, is to tap into your creative side and channel that energy through that. This is the sacral chakra, channeling through that. The Divine Masculines at this time are trying to recover, trying not to be... maybe they've withdrawn a little bit from family as well at this time. They might not be overly emotional with their, family members right now. They're in a point of withdrawing and needing to recover. They're a bit conflicted and withdrawn and procrastinating with this healing, but they're aware of what they need to do, which is interesting. So we do have, they're trying to find balance in themselves as well. So what needs to be surrendered right now within the Divine Masculine? What needs to be surrendered? What needs to be surrendered with the Divine Masculine right now? So we have to surrender, he does, to setting limits, okay? Surrender to setting limits. Oh, this is annoying me. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So this Divine Masculine has felt taken advantage of. He hasn't had a voice really to speak up and say no or set boundaries. So he's learning to, and he needs to surrender to that. So that's interesting. It could be around his family life as well right now, that he's having issues. Maybe too many people are trying to are zapping him of his energy. What does the Divine Feminine need to surrender to? Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. So yes, she's in this energy right now, but we can see that she could suddenly react and flip into that victim consciousness as well, victim mentality, where there is this pain that could come up. So it's just about being able to work on her self-esteem right now during this creativity that she's going into. I think that's really important. So it could be something that the Divine Feminines are getting into that's going to make them feel a little bit more beautiful, or something really good about themselves. It might be that they go off and create something that they can wear. It's just something like that, being creative. They're going to be proud. They're going to make something or create something that they can be proud of. All right, let's have a look. So how is the Divine Masculine feeling currently for the Divine Feminine? Okay, Devil reversed. And we've got the Eight of Fire. So he's coming out of a place of his shadow side. As we could see, he is still procrastinating through his recovery. But what he's feeling for her is that he wants to break free from these darker thoughts and darker energies right now, and what's keeping him stuck and trapped. He wants to come forward really fast with communication for her. I just want to see what else is coming up with that, actually. Yeah, what's coming up with that? What does he want to say? What does he want to do? Because it feels like he really wants to come forward. But once again, he's still conflicted. He knows he's a bit stuck and he's got things to sort out. This is the Capricorn energy as well. And usually is the shadow side too. See, abundance. He wants to come forward and give something of value to the Divine Feminine, because he feels like he hasn't had much to give in the past, because he hasn't been in a good place. He's been closed off. So I feel like that he wants to come forward. He wants to communicate. He wants to come rushing in to see her. What else? Yeah, but see this grief? He wants to take your grief away, Divine Feminines. He wants to come in and just take it all away, this pain he's caused you. So this is interesting. He wants to come in and support you. Not just, some of them might want to come in and help you financially, but I feel like it's abundance in that they know that they've caused you some grief here. So they want to come in and communicate and maybe even apologize. Let's see what else comes up with this. They may want to come forward and tell you that they know that you are their destined love. They know that you are meant to be together. That's amazing. Because whilst he's in that place of recovery and, you know, tapping into and starting to feel, he's feeling a mixture of emotions right now in the sacral chakra. He's starting to really open up and feel things, and it's scaring him. And that's maybe why he's also procrastinating on his healing. He is coming out of that place of being stuck, though, because he does have the knowledge, he does have the wisdom coming in, and that truth coming in now. So there's that awareness right there. But it might be that he's procrastinating and moving forward right now, and he is in a place of emotionally disconnecting, perhaps, or withdrawing from his family, from those around him. But he feels this grief. He knows that he did cause this, okay? And I see the dog there, which represents loyalty to me and friendship. And it may be that he feels that he let you down, like a friend would not do that. So you might have had a really strong friendship as well, not just the intimacy, like sexual intimacy and chemistry, but there's definitely been a strong bond here as well of friendship. And he feels that he's let you down in that way as well. But he wants to come forward and let you know that he wants to give you what he promised. Or that was, you know, what you were going to have together but didn't have. We see the house in the distance there. And it's interesting. We see the drinking here, like the bottle. And I don't even know what the cards mean, like by the booklet, guys. I just intuitively go with what I know. But it seems to me that he might have let money go down the drain. Like he might have just let you go down the drain, this connection go down the drain. Due to his addictions, or just his, maybe he procrastinated too much in this connection as well, in getting himself sorted out. But you're kind of like thinking, well, if I just play it safe and just get on with my life and focus on me and my physical, you know, body, as well as my health and my finances and my creativity and everything, my abundance, then, you know, this is the thing, because as I said earlier in the reading, when you do something, your divine masculine's going to be inspired to do that as well, and it can work both ways. So if the divine masculine's working on himself, it inspires the divine feminine. So it's interesting, she's in the card of abundance here, and yet abundance is coming up for him as well. And the grief is in line with the victim mentality that she can go into. So he's picking up on all of this, right? But he wants to let her know, you are my destined love. So awesome. So what does the divine feminine feel for the divine masculine right now? Two of Swords. Okay, we'll see what comes up with that one. Two of Swords, Two of Swords. What do we have with this one? Yeah. Okay. Vanity. Oh, I'm going to have a look at what that means in a minute. Just want to suss out what this is saying. Enlightenment. So she's come to realize, okay, what's she come to realize? She's taken off her blindfold here. See, she's not as conflicted now because it's reversed. So it's almost like she might see that he's just been, you know, well, actually, no, what am I saying there? She's starting, no, that's what's happening. Before she was in denial, she didn't want to see, she didn't want to know anything about what was going on for him. She'd already made up her mind because she was in that victim mentality. So she'd already made up her mind that, okay, he is a certain way, he won't change, he won't do this, he's only thinking about himself, he's vain, he's selfish, it's all about him. And now there's been some enlightenment now, that mask has come off. Okay, and she's starting to see the light illuminating on him and the situation, and she's starting to see it for what it really is that, yes, he might have been coming from his ego, and, you know, in this as well, but she's starting to realize that he had these real addictions, real issues, real karmic stuff coming up here, and so it might not have been what it seemed. He might have been in his ego, he might have been acting out a certain way with other people even around him, wearing a mask. And she's starting to take her mask off now and see that, okay, this is not what's really going on. And also, even if he was in this kind of energy, she's starting to see that he's become quite humble now. It's almost like he's let go of this facade or this kind of lifestyle where he's got to be very materialistic and is really worried about what other people think of him, and he's now starting to really go within and learn some things. It's interesting, once again, we've got the drinking. So it could be very social. Maybe he was out there socializing. Maybe he's in a public arena. There could be something that he works in that's where he's often like a public speaker or the center of attention. Someone who might be on the stage, could be on stage, something like that. It doesn't have to be. But this is just another message for those who might resonate, that he is the person that likes to teach others, or has to be the one with the advice for others, but now he's kind of realized, well, hang on a minute, I'm the one that needs help. I need to just withdraw and get myself and, sorted out here, because I'm not all that, and I don't have all the intuitive abilities, because when he's like this, she's seen him like that. But also when I see it from another angle here too, is that she is looking at him and his good traits, because yes, vanity is not the best thing, because you're into yourself so much. But what she sees is that there was a false confidence there though. So she was seeing that he was trying to put up a front for other people around him to appear like something that he wasn't, could have been like a guru or, someone who's got all this intelligence and spiritual. They could have been pretending to be spiritually enlightened in some way, but he realizes that he's not living the right path. He's been on the wrong path, giving people the wrong impression, and it could just be in daily life. Doesn't have to be anything extravagant, like his career role or anything like that, or how he is. But it's just the way he was hiding behind this mask and presenting himself to be someone that is not. And it reminds me of the Avril Lavigne song, Complicated. She says something about pretending to be someone you're not or something. I can't remember the words now, but it's like, why'd you have to be so complicated? Acting like you're somebody else gets me frustrated. That one? So this is the thing, this is getting you frustrated because you just want him to be real. So this is how you're feeling for him, is that the mask's coming off. You're starting to see that he's now kind of like cowering into a corner now, realizing, well, that ain't going to work for me. Living that life is not going to work for me. I have to be real now. So that's really interesting. Okay, so what else have we got here then? Oh, yes, I wanted to pick one of these as well for him. Yeah, so she sees that he's staying focused. She's also feeling focused. So she's focusing on him. She's watching from afar. And we did have that card come out before where she's really concentrating hard on something. So she could really be watching the Divine Masculine's moves and what he's doing from afar, even feeling it telepathically and energetically right there. So receiving those things, but she also could be getting information from other people who are mutual friends or people who know him. So let's have a look now then at what is blocking this connection, okay? What is blocking? What is blocking the connection right now, please? What is the main energy that's blocking? We already see the sacral chakra. Well, it's because you've both got to go into your healing. And once again, we've got the number 3. So it looks like there's support needed for the Divine Masculine. There's support needed for the Divine Feminine. She's on her path. She seems to be pretty good, but at the same time, she's not fully there yet. So the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine need to still do their healing. They might be at a point where they start to think, well, especially the Divine Feminines, because they are more in tune with their healing work, I think, because they're the ones that need to let it out and express, and they have been expressing through pain and anger and frustration, etc. The Divine Masculines tend to implode. They actually feel those same things, but they don't express it. They're imploding within, so that's why them keeping things within is probably more dangerous in some ways, so they can become very ill in that way. But what I see is if the divine feminines feel like, okay, well, I've done enough of my healing and I'm ready to move into this union or open my heart to something, it's too premature perhaps. That's what's blocking this connection, is that it has to be the full circle. It's got to go full cycle here. The healing has to be done properly and intensely. It's got to be done in depth. It's got to be in-depth healing here. What else is blocking this connection, please? What have we got here? So we've got the how teachable are you, okay? As I said, there's the number 9, which means solitude, okay? Got the musical instrument there, which is interesting. Some of you might relate to that. But are you set in your ways, guys? Divine masculines, divine feminines, are you set in your ways? Do you think you already know because you've been through this so many times? I mean, there is a lot of intelligence and wisdom that you've acquired through this journey together. But do you know everything yet, Are you open to learning new things? Are you open to learning from, tarot readers even who are in tune with the twin flames, what's going on there? Are you open to hearing from other twin flame couples who have gone through it? Are you open to going to a counselor and learning new ways and how to respond or react to these triggers that come up with the divine, twin flame connection here, with what's going on here? Because you guys are undergoing so much stuff. You're triggering each other's karmic stuff from the past. And I think a lot of the divine feminines are really looking out and staying focused too much on the divine masculine, because we did see this staying focused, might be concentrating too hard on what the divine masculine is doing, rather than looking at themselves, because I think a lot of the divine feminines feel that they've done a lot of their own work, but then become really angry and almost bitter and hateful towards the divine masculine because he's not healing. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. Divine feminines, are you really fully healed and in the light, coming from a place of love and light, from somebody who's got that higher wisdom and understanding and compassion, and once again that word tolerance is coming through, because they're kind of like a little bit, not all divine feminines, so I don't want to get anyone on the defensive, but not all divine feminines, but some are really on their high horse. Some are really looking down on the divine masculine, like with so much anger, and there's a lot the divine feminines still have to learn in this journey, and also with their own healing, okay? So yes, whilst they're on this beautiful path of creativity and tapping into their beauty and, their own love for life and what they're doing, and they're moving into that queen, empress kind of goddess kind of energy, which is just beautiful. Being able to express in a beautiful way is really good. But it's got to be done in a beautiful way too. Like, you can't write down your feelings and suddenly be in this loving energy towards your divine masculine, and then the next day suddenly respond and go back into victim mode and be so angry again. That's not healing. That's not full healing. So that's not somebody fully healed. But if you're open to learning about how to move right through that whole cycle, it is going to have the ups and downs. You are going to feel those. It's natural to feel love for for your divine masculine or divine feminine at one point, and then the next day maybe feel really sad because a memory's come up or something has triggered you. That's really natural to have triggers and to respond in a certain way. But what I mean is that's okay. That's part of the journey. But what's probably not okay is that you're going through that process, but then looking at the divine masculine and really judgmentally thinking, well, you don't have anything, you haven't changed in any way, and I don't see anything, and you're this and you're that, So it's kind of like, that is the victim mentality. That's that cycle of darkness right there. And so being aware of that, being aware of, okay, this is causing and bringing up so much anger and pain and hurt, and I hate this person right now. It just shows that you are a very wounded soul. You've put up with a lot of pain, And if you think about it, even though the twin flames, my God, can cause so much pain more than other people, I'm saying that though, karmics, my God, they're so toxic. So yes, twin flames can definitely bring up a lot of pain and anger and all those things, but recognizing also that there's been a lot of other experiences in your life that have caused you a lot of toxicity, like has brought that into you. It's like poison in your life, and it's causing that pain, and the twin flame is just triggering that pain that's been within you. And I'm not saying they aren't doing anything wrong, because a lot of them can do. They can go off and be addicted to things like sex and drugs and do whatever they want and shut you out and whatever they do, which is really quite painful. And you don't have to put up with that either. You don't have to put up with anything like that. But you've got to go off and do your own healing. And I think the thing with divine feminines especially is that they're constantly checking in with the divine masculine where he's at. And I think that obsessive thinking is really causing the divine feminines to have like a veil over their eyes as to what they need to also tune into within themselves. And this is not, I'm not sitting here bagging out the divine feminines. I'm a divine feminine. I have been here and I'm still here, guys. I'm still here going through this. I have my days with my twin. I'm not joking. Like I've been through this real, thank God I'm out of it now, but I have been there where I've had those cycles of feeling absolute anger and just hating this person, realizing it takes a lot of time and years even to get through it, and to get through to the other side, and to realize that, yeah, it's damn painful, but this person's on their journey as well. And there's a hell of a lot for the divine feminines to still go into and really seek out within themselves, that higher wisdom, being able to tap into that wounded child, okay, the wounded goddess that's within. The divine masculines need to be teachable as well. A lot of them are stubborn and closed off, and they've got no idea how to open up. And when they do open up, they quickly shut that door again. So it's really tough as well to try and come in, those lessons to come in to the divine masculine. And a lot of them are going through a very slow journey with that. As we can see, this divine masculine is procrastinating right now, but he does want to charge forward, but he's not necessarily perhaps going to do that. We are going to see what action he's going to take. But as we can see, you're both at a standstill right now. The sacral chakra is going through some stuff. Creativity, the sexuality, intimacy, mode of expression, creative expression. A lot of insecurity is going on here within each one. I think the divine masculines are starting to feel insecure about opening up and being vulnerable. They do feel conflicted. They feel very withdrawn, even though they're feeling the pull to heal right now. They know they have to. They're aware of it. The divine feminines are on their path right now, strong, creatively expressing, but sexuality is an issue for some divine feminines right now. Okay, let's have a look. I want to see, what do I want to see? Yeah, I'm going to see what my other question is here. So what does the divine masculine actually want from this connection right now with the divine feminine? What does he actually want right now? I'm just going to move those. What does the divine masculine actually want from this connection with the divine feminine? Okay, I'm just going to go and put this video on my computer, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back again, guys. Just want to make sure it's all fine. So I'm going to move these over to the side for a moment. Now, what was the question? It was, what does the divine masculine and the divine feminine want from the connection? This is the King of Air. It's come up reversed. And when I created this, I wanted it to look like the strong King of Air, the Aquarian, Libra, or Gemini. Someone who stands with integrity and truth and honor, and it's just, okay? They're into justice and truth and honor, integrity, all those things. And that's what he wants with this connection, is he wants truth. He wants it to be justified. He wants this validation to come in for this connection. He wants to be clear-minded with the divine feminine. He wants to make sure he's coming in with focus, okay? Direct focus. He doesn't want to just jump in whilst he's feeling confused and conflicted and withdrawn. He knows he's got healing to do. He also knows that both of you have felt rejected. He knows that the Divine Feminine has felt rejected by him. He also knows that he's been rejected. He feels that. But he wants this absolute truth to come through. I'm hearing the word transparency. It's really important for the Divine Masculine. So he hasn't been transparent with the Divine Feminine. This is what he wants. He wants to, he realizes that by not being transparent and maybe even hiding things, keeping secrets, maybe it was him lying, that it did really push the Divine Feminine out. And this is what he doesn't want. He wants to change this pattern. I want to see what else is coming up with this. What have I got with this Quantum Oracle? Yeah, I feel like he wants to be in a place where he knows exactly what he's doing, how he's coming towards you. Because we did see before he wants to come towards you and offer you abundance, or he wants to give you something solid and stable and secure. He doesn't want to come in feeling confused and unfocused. What does the Divine Masculine want to come in with? So his fragmented energy right now, see? He's all over the shop. His energy is everywhere. So that's why he's withdrawing, trying to bring his energy in. So this is at the moment how it's feeling for him, is that this connection's fragmented. It's all over the place. It's not, well, we see the waves here, see? The emotions. The Divine Feminine's in the water. A piece of her heart is missing. You know, it feels like that. And turbulence in the water. So turbulent emotions going on here. Fragmented energy. He doesn't want that. He wants it to be clear. Very transparent and clear when coming in. Because this is how he feels that the connection is at the moment. Rocky. It's rocky waters. And behind a mask, see? He knows that both of you are hiding behind a mask. He knows he's definitely hiding behind a mask. But he knows that you're kindred partners, right? He knows that he might not label it as a twin flame or even a soulmate, but he knows that you're his person. He knows this. Could be that he lives near the ocean. There could be water that's really significant for both of you. You might live overseas from each other, or there might be a fair distance apart. But we see the lighthouse in the background, and I see that he sees you as like his light. So keep shining your light, guys. Okay? This is what I'm seeing here, is that he wants truth. He wants transparency. He wants to be able to see clearly. Now, what does the Divine Feminine want from this connection? What does the Divine Feminine want right now from this connection? Okay, we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. I feel like the Divine Feminines are sick and tired of juggling their emotions. Seven of Cups. Could be feeling that there's, you know, what am I saying here? Juggling emotions is what I keep getting. Juggling emotions. Feeling like she's an option. She's sick of feeling like an option. She doesn't want to just be an option for him. She wants to be a priority. And so she wants truth also to come through, this clarity. She needs to know that he's cutting out the things that are getting in the way. There could be karmics in his life or other things that he's chosen over her and the connection. And she wants harmony in this connection and his choices. She wants him to make the right choice, to step up and cut out those things in his life that are interfering or getting in the way of this connection. Things that might be causing him to be unbalanced. Let's have a look at what else comes up with that. Because it's interesting, the truth and clarity and transparency is really important for both of you. Because maybe you both don't know what the other person's really doing, or there's been things that you have both said to each other in the past which is completely opposite to what you truly feel within on a deep level. So you're not being real to yourselves, you're not being real to each other. And it's out of fear. So friends and colleagues. I feel like the Divine Feminine wants to at least have this connection with the Divine Masculine. They really miss the friendship and the fun times that they had together. It could be, for some of you, it doesn't resonate with everyone, but it could be that you actually work or met this person through a work situation. So it could be that you get reminders around this. Divine Feminines want to travel to their Divine Masculine. They want that door to open to a new beginning. See, they want to. See, for a lot of you, they might live a fair way away from you. But even if you are pretty close to each other, you just want that door to open to a new beginning. You want to pack your bags. This is the baggage, guys. This is the baggage. Be gone with the baggage and open the door to a new beginning. Leave it there. You know, it's like, it's interesting that's coming up here. And the purple is the spiritual wisdom coming through here too. And it's very healing energy. Got the baby. So a baby could be really significant for some of you. You've got the 5, which is change, and the 1, which is the independence here as well. It's the new beginning. It's a leader taking the lead. Not wanting to be on your solo journey anymore. You want to join with your twin flame. You want to be together. You want to be, once again, that kindred partnership comes up. You want to be together and socializing and having fun and clinking glasses, you know, celebrating, that kind of thing. You want to be back to friendship at least right now. I feel like I've got to choose one more. Yeah, you want a commitment from your Divine Masculine. You want to work together to have this come about. You want him to come forward with this, with his, for him to be clear about what he wants. Yeah. So, okay. I want to see the Divine Oracle with this as well. This is for the Divine Masculine, what he wants. Haha, this is the Divine Tarot, sorry. This is the Sun, okay? So beautiful Leo energy, play, and it's courage and playful energy. It could be that he wants children as well with you. It could be that he just wants this fun and lightness and healing to come in, and warmth and illumination on this connection. It's been cold for too long. He misses your warmth. Now, what does the Divine Feminine want as well? Get another card from this. Didn't mean to do that before. Yeah, she wants you to work together as a team. So the Divine Feminine definitely wants to work on this connection. See how she's got the disc ready to put up to the top next lot here. So she wants to work with the Divine Masculine right here towards something in the material world that's going to build into something really solid and beautiful. So it's interesting, they both have these real positive things they want in the connection. Let's have a look again at this one here. So we've got the Divine Masculine wants spiritual growth. So he doesn't want to be stuck. He doesn't want to be procrastinating. He doesn't want to be in that energy. So what's the Divine Feminine want? Yeah, to embrace your inner child. So deep down, she wants these childhood wounds, any childhood wounds to be fixed between the two of you. His inner child or your inner child, you want to be fixed. Could be that you want children as well with this Divine Masculine. Could be that, once again, that play, you know, playful energy is coming through here as well, keeping it light and enjoying each other's company and being friends. And, you know, it's like two young children coming together and just being friends, and they're not judgmental in any way. When children play together, they just embrace each other and they have fun, and it's like in the moment. And I think you both want to do that. You just want to be able to rejoin again and just smile and laugh and hug and just clink those glasses if you're having champagne or whatever it is. But it's about having fun in the moment and enjoying each other's presence and having that light energy, no heaviness anymore. So what action will the Divine Masculine take towards the Divine Feminine this month? Ooh, the Tower. Crashing down, huh? Sudden awakenings. Let's see what's going on with that. So the 10 of water is reversed. This is the emotional bliss, the absolute happiness. So, okay, and then we've got the devil. No, sorry, not the devil. We've got the Knight of Earth, which is someone who's making plans to come towards you. And it is a slow-moving knight. So this is a knight who does want to come forward and offer you something tangible, something of value. So he wants to come forward. Something's going to crash around him, or crash. Something's going to happen in his life where there's a sudden awakening, a sudden revelation. And I feel like for him, he's already at that point where he's already realizing what he wants with you. But it's almost like he's going to work out. He's going to have a sudden awakening or sudden revelation on knowing how to plan to get to this point here. Because at the moment, he knows that it's upside down, that there's no emotional fulfillment and extreme happiness together in this state right here. So he knows he has to work and plan very carefully what he wants to do. He knows he has to bring something to the table for you, Divine Feminines. That you're not just going to, you don't want to just have him come back to you with nothing at all, like no work done, no spiritual growth. This fell on the floor. It will all be okay. This is what he wants. This is the action I feel he's going to take, is that he wants to come forward to you with a dream. Like he wants to come forward to you with he wants to tell you. He wants to tell you that he's committed to you. It will all be okay. That he does love you, and that he is, working towards security in his life, within himself, getting rid of addictions. And I feel like it's really tough for this Divine Masculine to voice that they were wrong. It's very hard for him to voice that he was wrong. There's a pride thing there as well going on with him. And he's someone who's very hard to open up to. Like he finds it very hard to open up. And it could be that he's someone hard to open up to whilst he's like this. So he doesn't want to be like that. He knows that the Divine Feminine wants this with him, and he wants it too. But he's got this, he's telling himself it will all be okay. He's moving towards this very slowly with you. But it's interesting, this is coming up with the spiritual growth. So it's almost like through his time of being withdrawn and working on himself, there's a spiritual epiphany, coming through for him, where he knows what to do now. He'll start maybe even writing a list down or working it out what he needs to do. I feel like he might be researching some stuff here. So what action will the Divine Feminine take? Hang on, before I do that, I want to choose one of these cards for him. So yes, he's researching, he's learning a lot about, maybe even looking up twin flames online, relationships. He's learning about relationships, he's learning about what not to say and what not to do, etc. Because this Divine Masculine, I feel, just has no idea sometimes. He's very oblivious to the things he comes out with. And it's very hurtful sometimes and very tactless. And I think he's starting to really grow in himself. He's starting to really realize that he wants to work on himself for you. This is really beautiful. So what action will the Divine Feminine take this month towards the Divine Masculine, please? It's way too many there. What action? We've got the friendships and the celebration and joy. I just want to see what that's about here. It's happy energy, but feeling overburdened. I don't think the Divine Feminine is necessarily moving towards the Divine Masculine. No, we've got the Lovers reversed. I don't see her moving towards the Divine Masculine. We do see her in this energy of the Empress. Where is it? We've got the Empress here. Yeah, over here. We do see her in the Empress energy right here, and her tapping into her creative spirit as well. So I can see that the Divine Feminines are really going to be focused on their friendship circles, that support. They're going to have that support around them, because at the moment they're just overburdened. They're just feeling really exhausted by the connection. They don't want to go down that path, and really, like, we can see that she doesn't want to go into that victim mentality. She's trying hardest her hardest, I should say, to stay very light hearted and be around people who are uplifting her. And the Lovers card reverse just shows me that she's just not really embracing this at this time. We did see that she's got a bit of a wall up, and there is a little bit of that attitude, you know, where she looks at it and thinks, well, you know, the divine masculine has to do this. So she's kind of like just focusing on herself. Not, you know, she is very focused. It's hard to say because she has been very focused on the divine masculine and what he's doing. But in terms of stepping forward towards him, she's not going to happen. Not going to step forward, not going to communicate, just going to enjoy herself. There's social media stuff going on here. So she might be posting a lot of stuff on social media, positive quotes or whatever it might be, trying to just keep it uplifted. You know, she wants to keep that kind of energy going. Yeah, see, joyous fun. She just wants to be in that energy of joyous fun. It's elevating her spirit. So that's really important for the divine feminines. They're not necessarily taking any action. They're trying to find gratitude in their life, trying to be happy, trying to communicate with those that are close to them, and raise their spirits. That's what I see here, because she knows that at any time she can flip. It's like flicking a switch. Like if something happens, like a trigger, or she thinks too much about him, that she could very much go back down into that cycle again. So she's like the phoenix rising. There's transformation that has occurred for this divine feminine. She doesn't want to go back into a cycle that's, you know, that karmic darkness there, that dark night of the soul. She's already been there. What else do we want to see? Now, I did want to see what shadow side does the divine masculine, like what shadow messages does he have to share with the divine feminine? What's really going on underneath right now whilst he's in his space, withdrawn? What's going on with him? What does he want to say to the divine feminine whilst he's in this space? I may run only because these deep feelings are real and scare me. So in case you're wondering, these are my divine yin yang oracle for lovers. This is what he's saying. He can see you. Like he sees that you scare him. You scare him by his feelings, you know. He realizes that they're quite scary and he knows he has to go away and process this. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine from her shadow self? When she is in her shadow side, what is it? What is it? What's the main thing she wants to share with him right now? I don't want to see you because I feel ashamed. Yeah, the divine feminines are, you know, maybe ashamed because of how they reacted, how they lashed out perhaps, or they're ashamed of how they feel within themselves. They've internalized, they feel guilt, they feel like, once again, sacral chakra is insecurity is mostly here. Despondence, yes, but insecurity is quite strong. So she might have really revealed a very vulnerable part of herself, you know, to the divine masculine in terms of being insecure about how he feels about her or about the connection or about someone else in his life, or it's along those lines of where she's had to feel validated by him. So she's definitely feeling, you know, it's feeling ashamed that there's something wrong with her. Yeah, look, I feel insecure about our connection. Didn't I just say that? Insecurity. Here it is right here validating that she feels insecure about the connection and she's ashamed because, yes, she's on her way and she's focusing on herself, but she knows she's not fully there yet. And she wants to be a strong divine feminine. Now, let's have a look at the light side. So let's have a look at his higher self. What does the divine masculine want to share from his higher self to the divine feminine right now? So it says, I am transparent and true. I hold strong integrity and I know you can trust me. Oh my God, guys. We just said this about transparency. He wants to be transparent. He wants the truth to come through and he wants to have integrity. Oh my God, guys. This is so much confirmation right here. He says, when we lock eyes, we see each other's soul. It is beautifully intense. But he's running away at the moment too. So even though he loves this and it's so true, like he can see, you know, you see each other's soul, you are each other's soul. It's beautiful and intense, but at the same time, it scares the hell out of him right now. and I have the strength to face what matters, and I am willing to work with you. Oh my God, we just saw that she wants to work with him, and he also wants to work with her. He's researching and working out ways in how to better himself. This is just amazing. So what does the Divine Feminine want to say from her higher self to the Divine Masculine right now? Oh, they flipped over, those two. Even though there's other ones there, that was those two that did. So let's have a look. So she says, I know we're connected even when we're apart. Yeah. And I can see clearly now. We saw her take her mask off, remember? Where's that card? I have to find it. We saw her take her mask off. There it is. And she started to see him in a different light. Wow. And whatever you are going through, I am going through. I have your back. So she wants to support the Divine Masculine. She actually wants to be there for him. That's her higher self. And then we say, yes, your instincts are correct. I have very deep feelings for you, because the Divine Masculines are confused. On one hand, they've been, because Divine Masculines are very practical, guys. You know, they're very, they just seem to come at life through a very simple way. You know, it's just simple. You say something, it's simple. But the Divine Feminines analyze everything, and they make it very difficult sometimes. What's happening is, where is it? Yes, your instincts are correct. I have very deep feelings for you. He's confused because on one hand, he knows the Divine Feminine feels extremely intense, you know, towards him and wants a commitment and loves him. But on the other hand, when she's showing him this wrath and anger and fury and rage, you know, it's sometimes like they turn into a psycho. And I've been there. I'm not bagging you. I'm not dissing anybody, but listen, I've been there. I've turned into like a bloody angry psycho in the past. That's how they get you sometimes. But at the same time, it's just that unresolved pain coming through. So he's definitely going to be really confused about that, okay, guys? That's what's going on. He's just confused. He knows deep down you love him, but at the same time, when you're showing him this anger and showing him that you don't want him, he's extremely confused and then just thinks, oh, well, you don't want me then. You know, it's kind of like he doesn't understand the stuff going on in between. So I think that's about it, guys. This is our reading. I just want to pick one more card here for the two of you. What's a special message for the two of you right now? What can we know for you guys as we leave this reading today? No, it doesn't feel right. It's got to feel right. That's one. Oh, far out, man. Oh, my God. I love you. This is what you're both telling each other. I love you. And summer, optimism. I know it's not focusing for some reason. I love you and summer, optimism. Just beautiful. So it could be around the summertime that something starts to shift between the two of you. Or it could be that this is just showing at the same time that the sun's coming in and light is illuminating on this connection. There's a lot of warmth coming through. It's just beautiful, guys. Beautiful. And there's the drink again. You're going to clink glasses. I can just hear it. So I hope this has helped you today. And as usual, I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and blessings.